In late 19th century Chicago, a city swollen by the coming world's Columbian Exposition, people arrived faster than the streets could remember them. The sidewalks were crowded, the boarding houses were full, and strangers could vanish into the noise without leaving a trace. Among them moved a courteous man with a practiced smile, H. Holmes, who spoke like a physician, dressed like a businessman, and carried himself like someone born to be trusted. He leased a corner lot and began raising a hotel that seemed ordinary from the outside. Brick by brick, the building grew into a place that fed on secrecy. Inside, the design changed. Hallways turned unexpectedly. Doors opened onto blank walls. Some rooms had no windows. Some locks could only be opened from the outside. Stairs led to dead ends, and hidden passages connected one room to another like veins beneath skin. To those who later entered, the place felt less like a hotel than a trap that had learned to pretend. Neighbors noticed unfinished work, missing workers, and strange deliveries. Holmes explained everything with calm confidence. He was always one step ahead of suspicion, and when questions grew uncomfortable, he simply moved the story elsewhere. The building continued to expand, and with it, rumors began to settle over the neighborhood like smoke. When investigators finally searched the property, they found details that deepened the horror instead of clarifying it. There were concealed gas lines, chutes that dropped into the basement, and tools that looked more suited to a laboratory than a lodging house. Yet even then, the evidence was incomplete. Some records were lost, some witnesses contradicted one another, and some people who might have known more had already disappeared. Holmes was first arrested for fraud, not murder. The smaller crime opened the door to a larger one. As the inquiry widened, it began to collect the names of women, workers, and travelers who had entered his orbit and never appeared again. The number of victims was never settled with certainty. Some believed the count was enormous. Others argued the legends had outgrown the facts. At trial, Holmes confessed, then withdrew, then altered his account again, as if the truth itself were only another costume. Newspapers repeated his words, questioned his words, and shaped him into a figure larger than the case that produced him. He became at once a man, a myth, and a warning. More than a century later, the building is gone, but the uncertainty remains. H. Holmes still stand in American memory as a name surrounded by shadows, not because every detail is settled, but because so much was hidden, destroyed, or obscured before it could be known. The lasting fear is not only what happened there, but how easily a place built in plain sight could become a machine for disappearance.